Jazzy.
Music.
When you fall from the top, my brother, suddenly the loving they stop. Yeah. On your own, on your own, on your own, on your own. Better wake up and fight for yourself. Nobody go follow you, fight for your right to. On your own, on your own, on your own. Nobody go follow you, die.
I'm still waiting for people to sing now.
Oh, are we singing?
I don't know.
Happy birthday.
You know, yesterday you guys just said happy birthday. I was like, ooh, okay.
Happy day after birthday to Kel.
Happy day after birthday.
I know you say that.
That was nice.
You keep getting better.
It's coming through. It's coming through.
See, this just goes to prove that in life, as long as you practice, no matter how bad, emphasis on bad you are, one day you'll make it in life.
No matter how bad, emphasis on bad. No, it's well. It's okay.
All right, you're welcome to the blog on Cool TV, which of course is your favorite talk show. If this is not your favorite talk show yet, in fact, this is your favorite talk show, whether you know it or not, it's going to be. All right, so we discuss any and everything entertainment inclined. And yeah, if you want to be a part of the show, you can do so by going to Twitter at Cool TV. The blog is the handle. We're also on Facebook at Cool TV Nigeria is the handle. And our official hashtag,
Love to blog.
All right, this is a show which you will definitely love because we say what you were thinking. Like, especially Titi. Titi just said something. I didn't even know we judge her. In our heads, we're like, she's right, Sha. I was thinking that. Judge us not because we say what you're thinking. Hi, ladies.
Hello. Hi.
What's up?
Kel with the nice
hair. Kel didn't check her tweets until today.
Yes.
She had like record labels sending her birthday shout-outs.
Yeah. Extreme music, loopy music. Shout outs to you guys. Oh, and even my ex-ambassador people, I can't call your name because that's brand something. But yeah, the hair care company that I was a brand ambassador for. Shout out to you guys too. They hit me up on Twitter to say happy birthday. So yeah.
Nice.
And shout out to you guys too. You guys made my day special yesterday.
Thank you. So cute.
Especially Titi.
Especially?
Yes.
Why does Titi like
know what Titi did to me?
Because after the show, I got back to the office and I saw something on my table.
As we heard.
Yes, I saw a nice bottle of something because she knows me like that. And she had a card. And yeah, I'm going to just read what she said.
No. I think if she could not express the love on air, we don't want to know
because I need people to know that Titi is like, you know, Titi is like a little warrior, but she has a really soft heart. I'm serious. Okay, so Titi said, the way you laugh with all your teeth drew my attention and heart from the day I met you. Your smile is an asset that will fetch you greater favors. Happy birthday to a colleague, come friend, Kelechi Kel Oya.
Oh
wow! She put your name.
Yes.
She went all poetic on you. Men can take notes from you what you've just done because that is poetry at its finest.
Laugh with all your teeth.
So let's laugh with all our teeth.
I don't know how else one is supposed to laugh if not with all their teeth sharp, but okay. So yes, we have 3 top entertainment stories for you because we gotta let you know what is going on with these celebrities. All the drama, so much drama. We also have our real piece by the lovely Titi Laya.
Oh, thank you.
So today
by the lovely Titi.
I've never seen anybody sing for themselves.
Okay, but first up, you know, gotta get into that cuteness. It's so cute.
I think
I don't know why we're clapping, but
So Cute was strategically put on a Tuesday because just in case your Monday has been sored, you can wake up on a Tuesday morning knowing that you're going to come and listen to So Cute.
Actually, Monday is fantastic because you have Whoops, there it is.
Oh, no, I mean at work, not on the show.
Okay.
But some people's days will be ruined when they see their pictures on our screen.
She's there.
Okay, today we have just a few cute things that we're going to show you today. And we have a surprise at the end of the day as well before we wrap up this segment. But first off, it's an interview with online celebrity baby Juliana on life after her parents had her twin younger siblings. You need to see this to just understand why it is our first video of the day.
Oh.
Juliana.
Juliana. Things were going pretty good for her until the birth of her twin sisters, Kira and Mia. Now she's experiencing the mixed emotions that come with family challenges. So I thought it would be a good idea to sit down and get the real story from her perspective. She has a very busy schedule, so I had to catch her during her lunch hour. Okay, Juliana, I just have a few questions for you. Are you okay with that? So, I'm curious, how did your twin sisters get here in the first place? Now, obviously, this has been a happy season for you and your family. But have your parents been a little bit stressed out? Do you think that's because they haven't been getting very much sleep? What are you doing? Why are you making that face? Are you mocking me? Well, then what do you think would be the ideal home situation? So in this next exercise, I'm going to ask you to draw how you feel about your new sisters. This is a therapeutic exercise that will help you maybe unleash some of your emotions. So it appears to me that you're dealing with a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to the season of your life. Do things seem a little bit out of control? Looking at this, Juliana, somehow I can understand everything you're going through. So just a few more questions, Juliana. Who do you think is mom and dad's favorite right now? Who do you think is the best YouTuber? Really? Well, what about your mom and dad? Well, then who do you think is the best overall? Now lastly, Juliana, and please be honest with me on this. Have you been experiencing any mood swings?
She hit at me, I think.
That was pretty
so
cute. Yeah. You know, we asked the question earlier on, why don't we see more videos like this back home? I'm sure we have more cuteness, you know, because, you know, black people are very cute. But why don't people record, you know, their children or something at home? Do you guys have like nieces, nephews that you could record?
Yeah, wait, I have some videos of my nephew. Yeah, I'm gonna go look for them actually, because I recorded him, especially when he was a baby. Yeah. Then he started laughing for the first time. Oh. That laugh was so infectious. I'm gonna go look for those videos.
Laugh with all your teeth.
Yeah. Well, okay, the second one very quickly is another interview with a handsome young man, Jose Luis, who was interviewed a few weeks to his second birthday on many topical issues, including what he thinks about terrorists. Oh. Let's see.
Did you just toot? Huh? Did you just toot? Huh? Don't play dumb with me. I heard it. This is our son, Jose Luis. He's a pretty normal child, right? Well, that's what we thought too, until we discovered his drinking problem. Ever since then, his behavior has been rather erratic. However, after a few weeks of detox, Jose Luis finally agreed to sit down for an interview for our 100th YouTube video. So without any further delay, here's my interview with Jose Luis. Please help me to understand how it is possible for you to pee through your diaper every single night. No, actually it is. Like every single night you pee through your diaper. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I've seen it. I'm not messing around. What's it like being stuck at home with mom all day? Have you tried to talk to her about this? So what you're telling me is that on Tuesdays she tortures you, on Thursdays she's angry. What about, and on Fridays what? We don't even have turtles. You're making this up. As we've seen, President Obama used certain tactics to capture Osama bin Laden, and a lot of people have criticized that. So I guess my question for you is, in situations like that, how do you handle that? How would you respond? Well, I agree that bin Laden should have been taken out, but I don't necessarily agree that laughing is an appropriate way to respond to anyone's death.
You don't?
No, I don't.
He's probably the cutest 1-year-old we've seen this week. If you think your toddler could beat that, then prove it to us by sending us a video to blog@cooltv.cool, or you could tweet it, tweet it to us the link or something. @CoolTV the blog is the Twitter handle, and of course hashtag is Love to Blog. Finally, yesterday was a very special day on the blog, and we have something to prove that it was not a day like any other day. It was the birthday of a very special little woman who laughs with her teeth, and it's going to take her very far. And we just wanted you to be a part of this, so we'll play you just a little snippet of what happened yesterday.
It's the blog, we do things differently.
Everyone come now.
So happy and he's gonna give a speech. Yes, speech.
I'm being forced to say something I naturally don't say.
No. Really?
But what I'll say is, I've known not Kello, Lechi. Oh yeah. For quite some time, from when she was a miniature bean, when she became an enlarged bean.
Enlarged and fabulous.
And sometimes she likes telling us that cinema opens at 1 a.m. It's only us that understand that.
What's between your legs? Really?
But all I have to say is happy birthday, long life, prosperity,
amen.
More grits to your elbows, and may you achieve beyond the achievables.
Help me say Amen.
Is that all?
You don't know anything to do what you want.
Oh yeah, I'll take this video.
Wow, Titi. Oh yeah, Titi, give it just a line. Wow, yes, a line, please.
I love Kel. Kel's laughter makes me laugh. Kel taught me that laughter is actually.
I
wanted to watch Titi's speech.
Well, I think that's all Titi said. Kel's laughter is very infectious. Okay. And let's cut the cake. Wow. But thanks, guys. You guys made it special. Thanks.
Oh, we love you, Kel.
I love you too.
So what was the fanciest present you got? Besides alcohol.
Besides the cake.
Everyone was giving me
famous
alcohol.
cake.
Titi, Obi Martin.
Yeah, I got a lot of cakes. Ooh, Shout outs to the Who's, Tenny and Valentine. They got me a one-night stay for 2 at a hotel.
Why for 2?
But I asked them, so who am I supposed to go there with? Why didn't you slide the man in with these gifts now? But they're very fancy, so yeah, shout out to your Who's. Love you guys.
So who is the man that you're going to take there now?
No, I will think about it.
She's just going to go with Titi.
Who said he has to be a man? I have to say.
No, she's going to go with Titi, especially since she liked her stuff especially.
Sorry, Gloria.
She did say that.
Everything will be all right.
But wait, you owe me lunch, though.
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna, don't worry.
No,
when
you
we
said
go for lunch,
Titi
it'll be more fancy.
I'm very...
All right, so without further ado, we're going to get right into the show of today. But should we go on a break before we do that?
No,
We're ready?
Yes. Always ready.
Okay, so we are ready to do this. Our first story of the day. Before we start, head on down to Twitter if you want to be a part of the conversation. Cool TV, the blog, is the handle because you're definitely going to want to weigh in on this. All right, kind of cheap, kind of expensive. Actor and presenter Uti Nwachukwu has reportedly expressed concerns about how producers once thought he was too expensive to hire after he won $200,000 at Big Brother Africa years ago. Wow. So Uti says, and I quote, "There was a time producers were scared to call me, but I tell them that it is where relationships come in. First, it is true that I am not going to be cheap, but this is not to say that I am super expensive," he added. It also depends on the script. If I fit the role, then we can negotiate. I read the script, see the movie is worth it, and then I give it my best shot. I want people to see the movie and believe the film. Okay, that sort of makes sense. Big ups to you, Uti. Uti, while sitting on the fence in terms of how much he demands from producers, is all good. But we have heard of superstars who prefer to be labeled expensive for the sake of their brands, of course. Well, the question is this: is it better to be affordable in order to secure gigs, or stay expensive to keep your brand's value high?
Well, you're expensive when you've done something to be expensive. He just went to Big Brother and he won. No, I'm just saying, I'm not insulting. I'm just saying he won something. Well, it doesn't mean he's an actor. He's saying producers were scared to get him because they thought he was not an actor. He went in for a reality TV thing. And I don't think he should even charge up to 50K. I mean, he shouldn't have been charging up to 50K then. Even now.
His brand. I agree with you. His brand. See, your brand is what you sell. Even if you're rubbish at acting, Annie Adibia is not the most fantastic actress. But because they know that once she's on the poster, a lot of people will buy the movie.
So do you think she's...
Of course, she charges a lot of money, not as much as, more established actors and actresses. Someone was saying to me the other day...
She barely even sees the producers to call her talk of charging a lot of money.
No way. Some people, you should go on her Instagram page and see the way they're dying and adulations are poured on her.
The producers?
No, her fans. So if people are going to buy
our producers at Alaba, they don't care whether your Instagram page is dying and everything. They don't,
because they're the ones that are going to buy the movie.
Marketing strategy like that does not really hold water in Nigeria.
Because one guy was actually saying, a very popular actor was saying that he had to drop his manager because they weren't calling him for jobs because they said he would be too expensive. He was new in the game, but just for the fact that he had a manager, people were not calling him. The moment he dropped the manager, jobs they're coming. So these things matter a lot. If they even perceive that you're expensive, they don't call you at all. But if they feel that your brand is strong.
But in Annie's case, it's not as if they perceive she's expensive.
So let's not just move on now.
Okay.
But I feel look, let me tell you what affordable gigs get you. Affordable gigs get you shot at in the clubs. Chris Brown, for example, case in point. I would say, like Titi said, it depends on the level you are at. If it's just an upcoming artist and you're just there charging like maybe 1M per show, everybody's be like, okay, you can go, don't worry. But I think that you have to build from somewhere. I'm not saying build from maybe 20K or something, but build from somewhere. The bigger your brand gets, the bigger your value gets. And it'll help you at the end of the day.
But I think it's really, even though globally, the bigger your brand is, the more expensive you are. I think here it's kind of exaggerated. I think there's some overcharging. That's why the likes of Jay-Z, 50 Cent, when they come here, they milk it because we know how to overspend on certain goods and services. Even when it comes to entertainers, we overdo it. And I'm cool with P Square, and I appreciate what Jude is doing. But sometimes y'all be like, really? I know it's 2 in 1, I get it, but I think there should be a balance, though. It's entertainment, and we love it, and we appreciate what you give us, and we know it's going to be great, but just calm down, because some people just overdo the whole.
But there are people that are paying them these exorbitant fees, so why not charge?
Exactly.
No, I'm telling you that people are paying them. So if somebody calls in for a show and I say 5M and they say, oh, okay, we have only like 4M. But if somebody calls for a show, I say 5M, and I say, oh, we have like 400K. Sorry, don't
No,
worry.
no, that one.
But you heard what
is
Uti, yeah, that's quite different. But you heard what Uti said about relationship building. P Square, I think, will be around for a long time. I think they're already made. But there are people who were on that, well, maybe not that high, who were on that level, and now they're like,
gone.
And nobody, that's the end of your career. So all that money you've amassed.
If it's even true that the band is owing people, I mean, see what's happening now. Nobody's calling him for gigs. He's not. Is he a brand ambassador now?
He is. He just signed
Coco
one.
Gary.
He just even signed one. He's still hot.
I hope that will be able to help him pay his debts.
His bills.
Yeah,
Alleged bills. Alleged debts.
Something I
Alleged.
said is really important in terms of the more, like P Square, for instance, been around for a very long time. So if you can defend how much you're charging, so for instance, they're talented. So yes, people say that they are overpriced, but the fact that they can actually defend it, so they will go to your show. Yes, they build it. So someone like Annie Dibia, for instance, if she's not with Two Face, she cannot charge a very high fee. I mean, it's just being fair.
Even if she's with Two Face, I mean, Annie has been there for years and she didn't break through. I mean, let's
leave Annie. Let's look at somebody like
Karuchi Tron, okay.
Without Chris Brown, she'd be
Chris,
nobody. She'd still be. In fact, but she was still model.
She's not. She's still a nobody. And then they now give her one opportunity to go and do something useful with her life. She went there and insulted Jay-Z and Beyonce. How could she do that?
It was the producers.
No, but she had the choice to not say it. 106 and Park, when they were talking about the highlights of, was it the Grammys or the MTV, one of those awards.
She talked about
and she talked about Blue Ivy's hair. And everybody's like, oh, really, Charles? You're going to come for the kid? Really? Really? Nah.
Yeah, but that hair is kind of out there.
Okay, so let us know what you think on Twitter. Is it better to be affordable in order to secure gigs or stay expensive to keep your brand's value high? Use the hashtag #LoveToBlog and we could read your tweets before the show is over. All right, so we're going to go into a very brief break before we get on with our second story of the day. You don't want to miss this. right, you're welcome back to the blog on Cool TV, and our second story is fresh from international waters.
That's how I swim. Look out stream.
My local stream doesn't make that sound.
Okay.
What's happening?
Head on down to Twitter. Let us know what you think about this next story. Our Twitter handle is @CoolTV, the blog. We want to hear your opinions too. All right, so let's get into this. It's a family affair.
Titi.
Nick Gordon.
No, you know our last thing.
Oh.
It's a family.
It's a family affair.
There's actually a J Black song already. Like,
really?
We are
She's singing.
TV for everyone.
She's singing a TV theme song. Really?
it's the finger thing I like. So Mariah Carey.
Yeah. All right, it's a family affair. Nick Gordon, Bobby Christina's partner, has been barred by her father, Bobby Brown, from visiting her in the hospital. Now, Bobby has been in a coma since the 31st of January when she was found unconscious, lying face down in the bathtub at home. A very weird deja vu, considering her mom, the legendary singer Whitney Houston, was also found dead in the same position 3 years before. Even though Bobby's partner, Nick, seems to be desperate to see her, posting tweets directed at her family, demanding to see her, and also getting a huge tattoo of her name on his arm, Bobby's father has remained determined that except Nick meets certain conditions, he would be totally unable to see her. Now, one of the conditions is for Nick to put in writing exactly what happened on the day that Bobby was found in the bathtub, seen as he was with her, and suspicious marks were found on her body, which attracted police investigation. His lawyers, though, have advised him not to oblige. Wow. Yeah, so he even posted up a tweet, tweeting at the family saying that, they should let him in. That's a tweet right there. Let me in the hospital to see my girl and let her hear my voice, and she will wake up at Real BK Brown at YF Kennedy.
All right, Jesus wannabe.
Right.
Wow. Okay, so now the question is this. Even though it has been reported that Bobby is not legally married to Nick, what we want to ask is this. To what extent should family members be allowed to make or interfere in important decisions between husband and wife?
Usually, they would say that, when you get married, it becomes between just you and your husband or you and your wife. But look at this kind of situation whereby speculations state that he might be responsible for what put her there in the first place.
But they're married.
But they're not. But in a married situation, even if they're married, if, for instance, the husband was beating the wife, then she got hospitalized, do you think the father would stand and be saying, won't you come and bar him from coming in? Would you still respect the fact that they're married and say, okay, let me, stay out of it?
Marriage is very tricky, though. Legally, the spouse comes first. Legally. Unless they're able to prove that there was some kind of domestic violence. Yes, there are marks on our body, but what if they were self-inflicted, which I'm not saying that's the case. But they actually had a close family friend, or a close friend of Bobby's, explain that she actually spoke highly of Gordon before she passed out or whatever, like shortly before she passed out. And that she never ever indicated there was any kind of abuse, even though we know women can sometimes be, they can sometimes try to cover it up. So we don't exactly have proof that he put his hands on her, and I'd hate for that to happen, but I feel when it comes to marriage, especially if it's Bobby Brown, that a lot of people are like, where are you coming from? But you don't really have much say.
I actually wanted to say, where is Bobby Brown coming from? But what if, what's her name? What if Bobby Christina what if she's a psycho? For example, she's praising him that, oh, he's good, she spoke highly of him. But what if she's this kind of person that, I don't know, maybe she's just a psycho. She's been shielded so much that no matter what he does.
She sort of has what's this thing called Stockholm Syndrome, where you're kidnapper, you start to have expectations for them.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking
because she may actually be delusional. He may be hurting her, but because she feels that this is the only person that has her back or that she loves, she could be trying to protect him by saying everything is all good. But, well, I would sort of agree with, I think, what Aya said about, or Gloria, who said something about domestic abuse. Yeah, if it gets to that point where you have proof that the husband is beating on the wife, then I believe, yes, you have every right to interfere and go and save your child, you know, save your daughter or save your husband, depends on who is beating who. Because let's not fold hands and say, oh, they are married now, they will work it out. No, because whoever is the victim of domestic abuse may not see it that way. We know how some victims are, they blame themselves or they are deluding themselves. They just don't want to leave that person. So sometimes I feel it's best to step in for the person's own good.
I wish her father was a different person. Then what he's saying will make sense. Not Bobby Brown after all these years. Suddenly you jump up and you want to be a father. But then again, aside from them marriage not being involved, for the fact that he's a stepbrother and they had something, right now he should just chill. He should take several seats back. He's going under investigation. She wouldn't hear her voice and wake up because she was with you when that happened to her. I mean, if you were so Jesus-y, she would not be in coma now. So
Lazarus,
sit down one place. And he's making himself look guilty. What, you want to go and stamp a big tattoo?
Why didn't you get that tattoo since?
That's for me.
Why now when the chick is, you know, in a coma?
He's trying too hard. I know sometimes guilty people try too hard. Do you understand? Because why all of a sudden are you even taking to Twitter? If you really love someone, love means sometimes making sacrifices. So for the sake of peace, if you loved her, you just keep quiet and chill. When the babe wakes up, by God's grace, you sort the issues out. She'll be able to speak and tell the truth. So he should just chill, like Tissy said, you know, sit down.
And I hope Bobby's intentions are pure. I hope you're not waiting for the girl to die so that you take the remaining thing that Whitney Houston has. I mean, after killing the poor woman.
A lot of this stuff is just quite, it's so suspicious on different angles. You're looking at the husband because he would be entitled to the money, I hear. And then if they find him guilty of domestic violence, of course, perhaps that would rule that out. Then you have Bobby Brown who could, it's like this money is huge. Is it $100 million or something?
Yes.
It's I think her grandmother needs to step in.
She's in.
Yeah, she's the only. She's like the only one without ulterior motives.
She needs to even keep Bobby away from her, keep everybody away from her.
I think Bobby was he's a good father. I don't think, I mean, apart from his drug problems and his problems with Whitney, I think as a father, he's quite all right. He's not a bad father.
How would you be a good father with all the controversies? I mean, he didn't come for Whitney Houston's burial.
They didn't allow him.
He wasn't allowed. He wasn't allowed to come.
Bobby
he tried to come. I think he was around the area. He was outside, but they didn't let him in.
He was very hurt by her death.
And he had the option to take off her her breather, and he refused. He absolutely refused.
Did you see the song that he sang after a while of being broke and down, and he came, I want some loving, some loving. You know that song? He came out, he was jumping up and down.
I think I know the song.
Yeah, like the guy is just, he looks broke, desperate and silly. I was very some loving, some loving.
He did it with some rapper or something. Yeah, I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
Please go and sit down. Maybe try some old school record and
so you don't even feel, because you know, funny, as I've been following the story, I've started to feel some kind of sympathy for Bobby Brown, which is strange because I wasn't his biggest fan. But are you saying you don't even feel
no, because in my opinion, my personal opinion, he killed Whitney.
No.
Me too.
No, that's not fair.
Because he's the one that had the drug problem in the first place.
But she also did, according to reports.
If he really loved her, why didn't he get clean? Because I've heard it happen sometimes. Some addicts, when they see the person they're in love is in the same situation with them, it hits them.
Addiction is a lot tougher than that.
And then they try to, start to clean up their act and help the
Addiction is a lot deeper than that.
Yeah, and Whitney had a responsibility for her life. You can never blame, don't ever blame anyone for the way you turned out. It is all about you.
Whitney had her own thing.
You have a right over yourself. No one can force you.
She was grown. She made the decision. If you chose to marry the man.
But she was so in love with this man, and she thought if she did this with him, it would help her understand him better or help keep the marriage going or something. I don't know.
So even, from what Ayo even said, I said Whitney had the responsibility of her life. Of course, is the truth, but that is why your decision is very key. Mind the person you end up with, because you could meet people that will end your life earlier than it should go.
All right,
or at least help end your life. Yeah.
Let us know what you think, though. Hit us up on Twitter. What extent should family members be allowed to make or interfere in important decisions between husband and wife? Our Twitter handle is @CoolTV, the blog, and our hashtag is
Lots of love.
Okay, I'll just drop your comments and everything, and we will get to them before the end of the show. So yes, we're gonna go right into our third story, which is a very juicy one. And Titi has been waiting since yesterday for it.
The Twitter war continues.
Just close now.
Put your hand up. That was a Negro spiritual.
Okay, Twitter wars continue. That's what she said.
I noticed you changed the subject, by the way.
What now?
The Whiskey talks about Skills is left.
So, as folks, we're looking for how to cool down from all the Lagos heat. You know, I brought the heat in my red dress and all yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
We got a compliment, by the way. I think it was Ayodeji who said, love your dress. He loved your dress on Twitter.
Is it not Ayodeji that said you said I laugh?
Can you leave Ayodeji alone? He likes my dress. He's my friend. You a happy birthday as well.
Oh, thank you, G United.
But she's not Yoruba. She didn't say I laugh.
Okay, so Superstars Wizkid and Skills were on social media turning up the heat some more yesterday. It all started when Skills asked which celebrity his fans would like to hear on his album. A fan replied with Wizkid, and a fan replied with the name Wizkid, and then Skills tweeted that Wizkid doesn't have time for him. Wizkid then diplomatically replied, "LOL, my home is your home anytime. G, you know I'm here whenever you're ready. Blood still." Skills hit back with, "It's not all about tweets, and he needs to show real support." Before we knew what was happening, man, it escalated with Wiz just going off on Skills, Skills going off on Wiz, and they were just going off on each other. Like, see all these tweets. In fact,
that was too much.
But what about the left issue? That left place.
As I was saying, Skills also talked about how he wrote some of Wizkid's songs. Wizkid, whose plan this year is to come for anybody who comes for him, and then took the rant to another level, saying, "Since you start your career, you never fit drop one album. You say you write me one song, Jesus." God punish your left what now?
Football.
Hey, yeah?
Your left football.
Hey, also, not to be left out, legendary Beats producer Legendary Beats was also tweeting about how their Zonto beat was fully paid for by Wizkid, and he doesn't know what Skills is talking about because he created that beat. Wizkid, of course, happily retweeted this and kept talking about how he took Skills on tour with him and that Skills is hating because Wizkid has more. Skills kept on tweeting about how fake Wizkid is, blah, blah, blah. It went on for a while. But now, here is the clincher. Skills' girlfriend did not want to be left out of this war. So she jumped on it, okay, to defend her man. And we have a series of tweets from her. Let's see what that's her right there. Cute girl.
Oh, she must be
now her wedding ring.
She decided to jump on it.
Okay, this is the person Skills is begging money from. You know, Wizkid said he's begging money from rich girls.
No, from from Garden Tools.
Okay.
All right, so this were her own tweets she went on too. And I'm not quite sure what she means by can you afford a girl like me?
Can you afford a girl like me?
Oh, say her name. Her name is Sassy. What the hell is that?
I'm kind of...
I don't understand.
I'm just all kinds of confused.
Do you know what?
Anyway, she put out her own series of tweets and everything. Now, the question is this. We talk about how unnecessary it is to avoid Twitter fights and air your views in public and dirty laundry in public and stuff like that. But now we want to ask, how necessary is it to jump in and fight for your man or woman?
You know, even Lola Omotayo is classier than this.
I knew you were going to bring
I had to bring. First of all, Lola Omotayo is known. I mean, she's known. I hate saying that, but she's actually known. But who is this unknown human being? You just jump in and say, "Can you afford a girl like me?" Like, what is the girl like? Who are you at the first place?
How did Lola Omotayo get known? The babe is just trying to pave a way for herself.
But
I was going to say
she's paving a way from someone that is not even known. I wasn't not talking about before this happened. I was saying Skills should go and dust his CV and look for work. Now I'm not even siding anybody.
She was.
Come on. And then he's not known, and you're trying to get your so-called fame from an issue like this. And then she's asking how much Wizkid. I'm not a Wizkid fan, but how can you ask how much Wizkid is making? Wizkid, I'll say la la la, oh lo lo lo. Everybody. It's
But let me be honest though. From a personal point of view, if I were having something with someone, I would want my husband or boyfriend to stand up for me. No matter how silly it is, inside the house, he can call me to order. But I wouldn't want him standing there and not doing anything. I'd like him to actually fight for me.
But what is the fight about?
But I think when it comes to a woman, I think women should not get their hands dirty.
But it also depends on the fight, though. Look at this fight. This is a very silly fight. Like, why would I'd be so embarrassed to jump on Twitter and be tweeting on behalf of my man? Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I mean, I'll support you behind the scenes or whatever, but that's... The thing is just silly now. Silliness. Like very, very embarrassing.
Keywords.
Talk to your people.
Have you called a family meeting?
I can't really say much because this is, of course, family, but I saw Scales last night and he sort of explained things to me. See? You know, but I was like, look, dude, you are supposed to be more mature than this. No matter how, if you have pent-up feelings or aggression, don't put it out on Twitter. You know, you have Wiz's number and everything. You guys should talk it out. If you feel that he's being a fake friend to you and everything, call him out or just leave it alone.
So it wasn't a publicity stunt.
It was like, okay, Scales tweeted that thing, and then Wizkid tweeted that he can come to the house, and then Scales was like, oh, it's not about tweets or everything. You need to show your support. And that's when Wizkid escalated it, saying, look, I wrote half your songs for you. I did this, and I'm like, then look, what you should have said was, yo, you wrote all my songs. Okay, no problem. Bless G, and leave it. Let him rant, because the person who is just ranting and talking will now seem like the more immature one. But then you are here exchanging words, and it's messy and it's unnecessary.
I have to say, Wizkid was initially very diplomatic. He was one that was at least able to try to be mature, but it kind of went left.
No, it wasn't. Did you see this? This is how it went. Scales like, who do you want to see on my album? Somebody said Wizkid. Scales was like, Wizkid doesn't have his time. Wizkid was like, oh, you show up at the house now, you know your family. And then Scales was like, bro, it's not by tweets and everything. Show some real support.
But that's the same
when
thing.
Wizkid got angry.
He's explaining this thing to you. You don't know Wizkid has said it. And aside from it, who knows, Wizkid would have been hearing him talk rubbish behind his back to several people, and that just escalated that, so you're now bringing it on Twitter, and that made Wizkid even more angry.
But regardless though, it was messy and totally unnecessary, and if I see Wiz, I will tell him the same thing. Okay, so hit us up on Twitter though. Let us know what you think about all this. Let us know what you think. If your person your man or your woman was having a Twitter fight, would you jump in and defend them and, put out your own series of tweets out there? Hit us up on Twitter. Cool TV the blog is the handle. Use the hashtag #LoveToBlog, and we'll be back after this break. Pow. If it's Baze would have read it.
Okay, you don't know this place.
Ola. Baze would have read that thing and blurred that.
Why do you think when you watch a Yoruba movie, you see, I saw your mother on tiptoe. You don't trust me that you sit down with them.
What is the name? I actually came early today and they would have been trying to check all these things, but he forgot to put the Bobby Christina one. He forgot to put the second interview with the boy for So Cute. He forgot so many things. I put a picture of the Titi's message said that he forgot to put it. How can you forget? I don't understand. Don't you open up a new document, whatever, and then drop everything there?
It's when they want to crack you about girl that is dancing, the bomb. How would they?
Agbola Ayodeji has asked, to no extent at all, unless, of course, husband and wife cannot handle themselves. As to what extent should...
Okay.
Remember, the guy was like,
You know, I was actually going to sing, but Tunde Orebi said I shouldn't sing. And I know my people out there wants to hear me sing.
It's Tunde Don Jazzy.
So welcome back to the block.
And it's time for the... Continue now. Introduce your... It's time.
It's time to read you your tweet.
That one was deeper than the song. I need to do this for you. Okay, so tell us what you think about Titi's singing on Twitter. Don't forget, because we're going to be reading some of your tweets live on the show. So tell us, you be the judges today. Tell us what you think of Titi's singing, and we will take your word for it. Okay, so before we went on a break, Agbola Ayodeji at me.d. sent us and said, to no extent at all, in response to Kel's last question in terms of
Bobby
to what
Christina.
Yeah, Bobby Christina, to what extent, should families interfere? Unless, of course, husband and wife cannot handle themselves. Then just to slip this in really quickly, this was from Deji Samuel. The Ayos are ruling. At Cool TV, the blog, sorry for asking this question. What if the mother or the baby mama is no more? Can you still consider the relationship in this was a question
Okay,
from
so
yesterday.
when we talked about baby mama drama, the mother is no more. I think it'll be kind of easier to handle. Because then you just have the child to handle. You don't have the mother's drama. You just take care of the child and everything. And
how about the in-laws, the family of the mother?
I mean, they can keep the child, they want to keep the child. But when the child comes around, just be nice to the child and everything. It's always easier, trust me, without the baby mama drama. Always.
Laura, you're saying something.
About what I was saying off
Yeah,
air.
because
I mean, I do want to adopt at some point in my life, but my kids have to have been out of the house. It's just going to be having It's just me though. It's not. I'm not saying it's not. It's totally impossible though, because God forbid, somebody has a child and then the husband passes away and you have to find another. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not saying it's completely impossible. I'm just saying it will be just a bit of a challenge for me. Just a little bit.
I think it would be easier if the mom, because most times when the mom is not around, the families don't really, when money is not involved, the families don't really intervene or interfere in the child's life. It's the truth. Most times
it's
that's
actually
what
the
happens.
truth.
Only if the family genuinely loves the boy or the child. Well, anyway, I think it would be easier to handle.
Because have you not seen situations whereby the maybe siblings of the dead woman come and say, oh, when I want this, I want that. When my sister was alive, why did you move on? Because that's when they get married. Do you understand? So do you understand what I mean? But sometimes they come and cause problems in the home for the new wife.
Well, that's why the man will stamp his foot on the floor and not allow such nonsense to happen. I mean, who is that?
But I do want to give a massive shout out to mothers and fathers out there that are you're raising children that are not your biological children, and you're showing as much love as you can. Yeah, that takes a lot, and I commend you for it.
Shout out to single parents too for doing their thing.
And to piggyback from what they are saying, I would say it's a big shame on you, woman, that puts a child in a cupboard and allow the child to starve. It's a shame. I mean, what are you thinking? What is it going to do for you? You're starving somebody, you die, so you go to church, oh, hallelujah, praise God, and then you die and you expect to go to heaven because you lived such a perfect life on earth. Shame on you.
All right, so I think that brings us to the end of the show. Wow, apparently that turned out to be a real piece of the day. So shout out to Ayodeji, right?
Agbola Ayodeji.
Agbola Ayodeji for that question. So, we read tweets like we promised and everything. So you hit us up on Twitter at Cool TV, the blog. Let us know what you think about the show. Watch the show. Tweet with us. We will read your tweets. Use the hashtag #LoveToBlog. We're also on Facebook. You can comment even after the show. Let us know what you think. At Cool TV Nigeria is the handle. Use the hashtag #LoveToBlog. If you want to send us personal stories, pictures or videos that we can feature on the show, you should do that by email, blog@cooltv.co. All right, and you can also catch some of our videos on YouTube. If you missed any of the shows, you can go to youtube.com. Cool TV Nigeria is the channel. So go there, watch us. We do the thing. We do the thing. All right, ladies, last words so we can leave.
I just want to say we pledge peace, as always. Make sure we keep it peaceful. It's kind of getting heated, even in the political offices. Let's just keep it calm and mature. we pledge peace.
And we pledge peace even in our homes as well. If you have the opportunity, because indeed it's a privilege, to look after someone else's child, be as peaceful as possible. There's nothing as good as being, showing love to other people as well.
I want a piece of cake, even though my name is not Peace. But let us pace.
What?
That's the word.
Nice
when you
one.
Prince.
No, you made it worse.
Okay, let's stop. You're already good at pace. After pace, you just and I'm going to say, of course, we pledge peace always today, not just during the election period, but always every day. If we have peace in our hearts, we can have peace in the world. All right, so we shall be here at the same time tomorrow. Start time, channel 196, 3 to 4 p.m. Make it a date with us. Goodbye, good night, God bless.
Peace.